I'm realizing that I have to daily show up for myself if I want my life to be what I want it to be.
Right.
It is a battle.
Mm-hmm.
And not only that, but it's like you have to have some sort of a plan. When I used to be a little bit more aimless, I was just like, oh, I want things to be good. It wasn't enough.
A relationship between confidence and competence.
Mm-hmm.
So what you're looking to do is try and have what you believe that you can do be ahead of what you can do.
Right.
Now, you're not looking for it to be delusional. You don't want it to be able to believe that you can do something like fly, right? But you need to have a relationship between the two.
When things go wrong, they always seem to happen at once, and they just compound on top of each other. And it's pretty easy sometimes to feel beaten when you're faced with all those issues and all those problems, and they all hit you at the same time.
Get serious, get smart, get going, get excited, and get away.
It's never support. It's negative shit. Oh, you should lose some weight. So you take his advice, you start training, you start doing something, you start to get in shape a little bit.
You don't become confident by shouting affirmations in the mirror, but by having a stack of undeniable proof that you are who you say you are. Outwork your self-doubt.
I'm still going to be a millionaire. I'm still going to be one of the top motivational speakers in the world. No, I didn't grow up on that side of the town. No, my mama don't have no network. No, I don't know a whole lot of people. No, I'm not at a country club. No, I don't play golf, and I don't plan on playing no time soon. But I'm still gonna be successful. I'm still gonna get you where they are. Why? Because I owe it to myself.
To go from average to fortune, you must get serious. And you must get serious about two very important things. Number one is setting your goals and where you want to go. Designing the next 5, the next 10 years is so vitally important. What do you want to do economically? Where do you want to go? What do you want to be? What would you like to have? What would you like to share? How much would you like to earn? How far would you like to go? Those are some major questions to ask. And for that all to work out like you want it to for the next 5 or 10 years, in my personal opinion, you've got to get serious.
But you better stop making excuses and find a way to win. Because once you start winning, you go from 1,500 to 3,000 to 5,000 to 7,000. You remember, see? From 7 to 10. Nothing changed. We still in the basement. We don't have a building. We still use the garage for all of our products. We don't have business cards. We don't have a 5-year plan. We don't have a 3-year plan. How do you do it then? We wake up and grind. Winners win.
You make those incremental changes, and then, pretty soon in December you go, hey, I'm way better off than I was at the end of February. So you made little changes and they all added up. And if you don't, by the end of the year, you're just in deeper. So every little bit matters.
It means it's time for you to fight harder, to dig in. It means it's time for you to go on the warpath.
I'm scared. I'm scared because I know that there are so many of you that graduate this month and have no fucking idea what you want to do. And that's okay. Most people don't. You should not be stressed about that. I'm actually not scared about that. I'm scared that you don't realize that you're entering the greatest 5-year window of your life.
If you ask most people what their number one fear is, what do you think it is? Most people's number one fear is public humiliation. Okay, I don't give a fuck anymore. I'm not afraid of it because I've had plenty.
I know that about everybody. Like, people love to talk about somebody and keep themselves out of it. And so we went through that journey together. And so it allowed her to come out and say, yeah, fuck it. I'm a big person who, I want to give people the confidence to walk in a room of 1 million people and none of them like you, and you just say, fuck you, I'm good. No one's gonna come back to save me. No one's gonna come back on this fucking couch and say, hey, it's okay. You're gonna be okay. No, I'm not. I'm not gonna be okay. I had to realize I had to take a stand. I had to make a real stand.
Get excited over your ability to make yourself do the necessary things. Because discipline is major step 1 toward personal progress. And anytime a person wishes to, they can make major changes in their life, personally and socially and financially. It doesn't ever have to be the same after today. No telling what you could do today if you really wish to.
And you need to get rid of them excuses, and you need to stop pointing fingers at people. and you start pointing fingers at yourself. What did you not do?
What works for me is that everyday resume. The things I know I've accomplished, the things I know I've done, real hard work, the real calluses on my mind, the real calluses on my hands. That's it. You don't need to pound your chest in the mirror anymore if you have that.
Just start. Start small. Start with changing tomorrow morning, just tomorrow morning. Get that squared away. And then move on to the next day and the next, and move your life to a better place. One little step, one little victory at a time.
And many of you are taking anything because you don't know what you want. And so if I can do one thing for you when you leave this room, I don't want nothing from you but for you to leave this room and know what you want. What do you want in your marriage? What do you want with your son and your daughter? What do you want in your health? What do you want financially? Like, how much money do you want to make a year? What do you want to drive? How do you want to live? Stop just waking up like an accident. What do you want?
Because what I've done is in the fucking unseen work, I built Frankenstein. So whenever shit gets nasty, David Goggins goes, "You had nobody anyway, motherfucker." So see how I'm talking myself right now? That's me. That shit fires me the fuck up.
Stand up, dig in. Line up those problems and confront them, face them, fight them.
Fear is a mile wide and an inch deep. And so it looks like this ocean that you're going to step into and drown. But as soon as you step into it, you realize it was not that deep at all, and you can keep walking through it. And I just love that visual, because a lot of times when it's like we have this anxiety around this big decision we have to make, if you actually take the step and realize that it's not death, you're not going to drown immediately. There's plenty of other steps you can take from there, even if you get a little wet.
Time to be pumped up. Then you get to grab all that ability you've been training so hard, and you get to show it off. If you're nervous right now, it's because you didn't put the time in the past to make the moment today, the present, forever.
I work hard now, so the second half of my life I can do whatever the fuck I want. That's been my mentality. It's like I'm not going to trick off my early years for partying and then worry about struggling, how I'm going to make it, how I'm going to take care of my family, how I'm going to take care of everybody else. Like, that's not going to be me. I'm going to grind it out now. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to set up the foundation so I can enjoy myself later. That's always been my mentality.
I'm reliving every single dark moment of my life to be here. So that is what people don't get. That is what motivates David Goggins, is the unseen work. But everybody needs that pat on the back.
And when you become a winner, they start seeing you with winners. You get from being a loser, low self-esteem, doubt, and fear. And if you can find your way on this side, guys, it's sweeter on this side.
Getting up early in the morning, getting a workout in, stay focused on a list that I have from the night before that I'm following through, all the things that you talk about. I'm performing better than I ever do.
10 years from now, you will surely become someone. The big question is, who? What are you becoming? And if you go to work on it now, sure enough, in a very short period of time, you can take on a new direction to become the kind of person you want to be.
Usually when you dig a little deeper, you find that the people that really did it were also the people that really worked through the hard intellectual problems as well.
Your only focus should be on getting better at what you're doing. Focus on what you're doing, get better at what you're doing. Everything else is a complete waste of time.
Your success makes them feel insufficient in their current endeavor, reminds them of where they could have done it, but they came up short, and how they didn't revisit it. Where they went at it and failed, and failure is what stood. They never revisited it again. The difference between a winner and a loser, the failure is there every single time. It's just the winner gets back up and does it again, and does it again.
And I stopped being a victim. I stopped saying, I've got to wait for good things to happen to me. And I said, I'm gonna grind. I'm going to fight. I'm going to work. I'm going to press toward. I'm going to learn. I'm going to do everything in my power. Every single day, I'm going to do everything in my power to become a victor and not a victim.
Could you be slightly better tomorrow than your currently flawed self? And the answer to that is, if you have enough humility to set the bar properly low, then you could be better tomorrow than you are today.
I don't need anyone. That's why people come to me to motivate them. No one can motivate me. I have a resume full of fucking motivation. that whenever I'm down, I'm like, oh, hang on, motherfucker. Oh, you know the truth. You know the truth. You know the darkness of the fucking dungeons and the fucking demons that fly. You know. And then from there, it's like, oh, okay, you were there. You know this. There was no one there to pick up the rucksack, to pick up the boat, to pick up the log, to go in there. It was you.
Working harder, stronger, faster, more efficient, competitive. The individual that wrote that is getting after it and changing his life. And you can too.
Someday I'm going to change this. Well, someday ain't a day of the week. You know, there's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Look on your calendar. Some days not on there. So you got to say, okay, I'm going to take this small step by here, this small step by there, this small step by there. And then pretty soon, you know, we don't leap tall buildings in a single bound. We take it a floor at a time.
Whether you like it or not, from the time you wake up to the time you go to bed, a lot of us are at war with ourselves. And within that war, you have several battles. Those battles are basically choices. No, I'm not talking about a war that you might find in the Coliseum. I'm talking about a war that's in your brain. That war exists because life has so many choices. Within those choices, you gotta make right decisions.
Go and travel and learn. Go and start that business that you've always wanted. Hook up with those 3 teammates and start that band you've always wanted. This is the time to be massively risk oriented. I know that this is when you're supposed to grow up and go see the world. But guess what? The world isn't what mommy and daddy told you. The world is exactly going to be what it's going to be, with or without the way you thought it was going to be. A ton of shit is going to change.
I did all of the work alone. And while I'm still hard on myself, I know what I did. So whenever times get bad for people, all this, who's gonna carry the boats and what? That's real. I hate that people know me for that guy, because that guy is not every fucking day. Like when they see me, they want that energy. That's not me every day.
Have you ever looked at yourself in the mirror and said, I'm not getting up on time. I'm not going to work on time. I'm not putting in 120% when I'm at work. I let me down. And when you get to the point where you can say you let you down, I don't care. Listen to me, no disrespect. I don't care about Glenn. That's not why I do what I do. And I love Glenn. I don't come here and do what I do so Glenn can affirm me, so he can give me a pat on my back. I care more about me than I care about what Glenn thinks about me.
How you hold yourself in the small things of life. Build the character winning blocks of the things that we'll remember for. I see them as one and one the same, guys. It begins right now with no one looking, man. And how you hold yourself, how you see yourself. What do you do when no one's watching? If you do it then, I guarantee you, you'll be doing it when everyone's watching.
But I was able to dream outside those fucking 4 walls of that small town. And until you're able to really put yourself into that dream, but don't make dreams your master, that's where you truly become what you're destined to become.
So many of you are so hungry for short-term gains, like maximizing the job that paid you $3,000 more, but it's not as fun, but you want that $3,000. For what? For what? For a new iPhone? For what? You get to live life one time.
You should be a monster. You know, because everyone says, well, you should be harmless, virtuous. You shouldn't do anyone any harm. You should sheath your competitive instinct. You shouldn't try to win. You know, you don't want to be too aggressive. You don't want to be too assertive. You want to take a back seat and all of that. It's like, no. Wrong. You should be a monster, an absolute monster, and then you should learn how to control it.
The reason why I speak with so much passion, E.T., why do you speak with so much authority? Because I'm talking about my life, not something that I read. I ate out of trash cans. But E.T., your daddy wasn't in your life. Your mom was a teenage mother. You grew up, come on, E, look at your shirt. That's not an excuse. There is no excuse for not living up to your fullest potential. No excuse.
You had nobody anyway, motherfucker. Look around you. There was no fucking team. It was you. There was no weight loss program or mom and dad waking you up saying you can do it, you can be better, trying to build belief. You built belief when you had nothing. Rock bottom.
You will gradually become the old and be cleared away. Sorry to be so dramatic, but it's quite true. Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Don't be trapped by dogma, which is living with the results of other people's thinking. Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your own inner voice. And most important, have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. They somehow already know what you truly want to become.
Why are you? Let's go through it. How can I improve myself? Make that decision. Because one thing's for sure with my life, you're one decision away from changing. You are one decision away from changing. It's a decision away. You're one decision away from changing your life.
When you become the master of your fucking dream is when you say, I want to go be a Navy SEAL. And you say, okay, I'm going to lose 106 pounds in less than 3 fucking months. The dream was the one thing I thought about, and the dream was now gone. Now, what comes in, the dream goes away, and the fucking laundry list of fucking details and tasks come up.
If today you never say good enough, tomorrow you'll always have enough. What I'm saying is a character of who you are. It's not the title that makes you, it's not the success that makes you. The character defines the success, defines the fame, and it starts right there. Championships aren't won in the theater or the arena. They're won in the thousands of hours in the training room, in the labs, in the 5 a.m. runs, when it's raining, when everyone else is sleeping. That's when it's won.
You can change your life. Any day you pick out, you can make major changes. It doesn't ever have to be the same again. And that's exciting. Knowing that intellectually and personally, you can actually do the things that will make major changes in your life.
When you fail, don't blame your mom, don't blame your dad, don't blame teachers. One person you have to blame is yourself.
If you're wondering if you're on the right path, look at the small things of life.
I value myself enough to give 120% or don't do it. And that's the problem with some of you. You always want to blame other people. You always want to hold other people to the fire, but you're not holding yourself to the fire. You just said you're giving 50%. You owe you an explanation. You owe you an explanation. You need to look at yourself in the mirror and say, why are you only giving 50%? What's wrong with you? You need to put yourself on punishment. You need to tell you no more TV, no more snacks, no more desserts, no, we working out now.
I know of no better life purpose than to perish in attempting the great and impossible. The fact that something seems impossible shouldn't be a reason to not pursue it. That's exactly what makes it worth pursuing. Where would the courage and greatness be if success was certain and there was no risk? The only true failure is shrinking away from life's challenges.
If you let people's perception of you dictate your behavior, you will never grow as a person. But if you leave yourself open to experience, despite what others think, then you will learn and grow.
I wish more people were more full of themselves. Not in the arrogant way, but I'm talking about a healthy ego to understand, and I understand the ego's difference between I and me. Me's the objective, but to know the I wish more people, I wish we were more full of ourselves. I wish more people in the world were more full of themselves. I think part of the challenges in life is a lot of us are running around half-assing ourselves, half-fooling ourselves, not full of ourselves, not studying ourselves enough, not holding ourselves to task enough, not patting our own self on the back when we do get what we want enough.
Every day that you don't do work, you're going backwards. And it definitely will hurt you, and it'll show up. You can't get away with what you got away with when you were 23. It doesn't work. You have to stay ahead of it.
When you are in your early 20s, this is when you can grind at your highest levels, because there isn't all the freaking baggage that comes across from life. It's harder for the 42-year-olds that are watching right now to listen to this advice. You can't just wake up tomorrow and be like, let's go, because little Sally has soccer fucking practice, and because you've got a million other things that are holding you down. But boy, if you're lucky enough to be graduating today with not a fucking idea of what you're gonna do with your future, nobody's ever been luckier than you. Please recognize it.
Then you've got to take time to cultivate good friends. You've got to take time to be with your family. You've got to take time to be with the people who are important to you, designing your life in those respects. Get away. Take the time. Reflect on your life.
If you are going to rest, that is one thing that you should procrastinate on. That's the one thing I want you to put off until tomorrow. When tomorrow comes, you still feel like you need to rest or you need to take a break, then okay. But the chances are you won't. you won't need that rest. Chances are you will realize that the desire to rest was just weakness. It was just the desire to take the path of least resistance, the downhill path, the easy path. And by simply going through the motions, you overcame that path. And you stayed on the righteous path, the disciplined path. You stayed on the war path.
I'm gonna keep going. So I never have to get to that mind state of, all right, I gotta get back going again. I gotta readjust. I gotta put it back on the wall again. No, I'm gonna just keep going, keep going, keep going. I'm gonna alter it certain days. I might adjust it certain days, might pivot certain days, but I'm gonna try my best to stay consistent, because I believe when I'm consistent, I can build on consistency, not just in my life, but in several areas and aspects of my life that are tied to different people. And so I believe in the power of consistency, not saying that one has to just stay going at whatever it is that they doing, because you might need a break. I believe in staying consistent and sometimes just changing my aim and my focus and altering it on certain days when different situations and circumstances pop up.
I could never put into words on what I built and the power that is within all of us. I know I'm not crazy. I know what I had to do to get where I had to go. People look at it as crazy because they're people that just, if you can't imagine yourself doing something, the person that's doing it is crazy. In your mind, the logic behind it, it doesn't compute. Therefore, you have to give somebody a title. And the title for me is usually, he's crazy, he's this, he's that. No, for some reason, me wanting to be somebody so fucking bad in my life, I created that. And I've been trying to figure out years of my life.
The most important thing, number one, is you got to get rid of doubt. If you got doubt in what you're doing, it's not going to work. You know what I'm saying? And the way to do that is you have a plan. Because if you got a plan, it's not like just a pipe dream. You have a step-by-step list of things to do to get to your goal. If you don't have that, it's very hard to really have faith in what you're doing. As soon as something pop up, it's gonna look like the end all. But if you got a game plan of everything you need to do, one thing pop up, well, I still gotta do this, and that, so this ain't gonna stop. You know what I'm saying? Another thing pop up, well, shit, I accomplished this 2 things. Since my last obstacle, I only got 3 more things to do. Let me keep pushing.
And here it starts. Get the mind right, the body will follow. Tell the world, get a goal, achievable goal. And then day by day by day, you start to do that goal to make it the reality, guys. It's not guesswork. It's a science of intensity. And if you don't have the intensity, don't fucking come in. There comes that day. It's either when you're young, you know, and it strikes you on the baseball field because you're sick of striking out. Or it's when you get fired from your 5th job, you know, and your wife and kids are on your ass because you don't know how to support them anymore. There comes a fucking day where push comes to shove. Where being mediocre and being like average shit just fucking burns. It sucks so much. Everyone knows it. They know it now. And when we transform, goddamn, they're gonna know it there on a visual sense. You can't deal with it one more day, and you get off your fucking ass, and you create something that's always been there. It's always been inside of you trying to come out, but you've never wanted to unwrap it because it's too much fucking pain and commitment. You were scared you were gonna fail. You were scared if you started, you never finish it. You didn't want to tell anyone about it. You knew it was there, but you never wanted to embark on it until something fucking hits.
If you were tough enough and you made yourself tough enough, you sacrificed enough, equipped to do things that you had, and you learned those things, and you just worked yourself to the bone. No matter where you came from, no matter what part of the world, no matter who your parents were, no matter what your poverty level may have been, may not have been, no matter what you had, what you didn't have, no matter what people had told you, didn't tell you, all of that. If you made yourself and took advantage of that opportunity and got yourself ready, and you were ready to behave like a champion, you could get in that ring on one given night and make the world fair. And have your hand lifted and be called champion of the world.
I'm telling you what, man, once you get it, come on over this side of the fence, you don't see fucking problems anymore, man. You see situations. You see possibilities. And you can't wait to get them started, man. You're like, why did I wait so long to engage? It doesn't matter about the past. It's today. What are we doing today? What are we going to engage now? And once we engage, we commit. There's no half commitment. There's no quarter commitment. There's no 3/4. It's full commitment. Once we engage, it's every fucking day we engage. Because that's the better life.
Do I like suffering? I like suffering in the way that is competitive.
Yep.
That brings out the absolute best in me and in everybody else. So like I want to see a man be defeated. I want to see a man get broken. These men I love, but there's very few of them. There's very few of them. And there's very few that are willing to go there more than once. A lot of people, even people who've gone through special ops, it kicks the shit out of them to a point where in their mind, what got me bad in pararescue was when I was going through it, I said, I'm only gonna do this one time. And so many people in special ops, whether they believe it or not, in anything, fuck special ops in anything, that's hard. I'm only doing this one time.
And the people you will surround yourself are like-minded, and they're better friends. Friends and family for life, man. They have your back. They're solid individuals doing solid tasks, leaving a solid impact of legacy for other people. That's a fucking solid life, man. It's your option, though. What are you gonna do?
We let these things slip. Because it takes so long to see the progress, we let them slip. When we don't do them, it becomes 0 times 100 or 0 times 1,000. That nets out to a 0. When you do anything, it adds up. When you do nothing, it amounts to 0. Take the small steps every day. At some point, there's gonna be a little break, just a little break. Just a little bit of light in the darkness. Something is gonna make you smile. Something is gonna make you laugh. Something's gonna just show you just a little bit of light. And then another wave of pain is gonna come back again, and it's gonna be strong, and you won't have any control over it. All of a sudden, you're gonna be just crying uncontrolled.
And not that I live in a box to where I'm afraid to do things. I know that, as my father says, the what if comment is to be able to deal with the consequences of what decisions you make.
Somebody somewhere at one time said you can overtrain a muscle, and if you overtrain a muscle, it's gonna shrink. So I guess people are gonna believe this for the rest of their fucking lives, that you can overtrain a muscle. Do me a favor and just try it. Fucking try it. Give it a try. Train chess for 3 fucking hours. Do it every week for 3 hours for 2 or 3 months straight. And I fucking guarantee you, your chest is not gonna diminish and shrink away and turn into nothing. It will only get bigger and stronger.
You think about that. If you think about the consequences, pro or con, you make the right decisions that you feel is the right decision. Now, all the decisions I made, other people may view to be not the right decisions from their perspective. But for me to go play baseball, and everybody says, oh, it was a failed opportunity to play baseball. That's what they think. For me, it was the best thing that could have happened for me because it allowed me to go back to the game with a stronger passion. So when we won those championships and we went through those things mattered to me far greater than what I did in 91, 92, 93. People don't see that, and people will never understand that to be success. All they think about, well, he batted 202, and he struck out a certain number of times. Yeah, okay. But the effort was there, and the learning curve and the passion was there that has transcended not just to me, but to other people who are afraid to do things because they're worried about the perception that may come from other places. To me, that's more gratifying than anything, So that's the things that my father and my mother instilled in me. Take a negative and turn it into a positive. Don't be afraid to fail.
I'm talking about a war that's in your brain. That war exists because life has so many choices. Within those choices, you gotta make right decisions. But you know what? Fuck that. When the alarm goes off in the morning, you don't have to wake up. Don't wake up, don't worry about that. When you're in school, you know what? Fuck that, man. It's too hard to study, so don't study. You know what? Don't eat healthy, because you don't have to. So guess what? When you fail, don't blame your mom, don't blame your dad, don't blame teachers. Only person you have to blame is yourself.
How would I know? I know that I am driven. There's a zillion things that have happened to me in my life. I don't know which one it is, but we create these narratives around it to believe it. I'm bringing this kind of conceptual idea because right now, many of you are creating stories. that you tell yourselves to make yourself feel better about why your product isn't as good as it should be, but you have an excuse that only you need to believe. And you believe that excuse, so it excuses you from working harder on the stuff you know you should be doing but aren't. That work, the work you know you should be doing but aren't, is the opportunity, because that is the work that your competitors also aren't doing.
There's gonna be times in your life when you don't want to wake up, you don't want to go to work. There's gonna be times in your life when you don't think you're good enough. Where your family, your wife, your girlfriend, your husband, your significant other is gonna doubt you. A lot of times you doubt yourself. In life, nothing is promised to us. And so we take that mentality and we use it as, woe is me. I'm not good enough. I'm not smart enough. I'm not good looking enough. I didn't get that lucky break. That's the one thing I hate about people in life, man. They're looking for this great lucky break. The lucky break that you have right now is that you woke the f*** up.
Why we live, why Megan lost the baby, why that girl killed herself.
You're not reassuring me, Doctor.
I can't reassure you. This idea you have that there's a way to be safe, it's childish and cowardly. It stops you from experiencing anything, including anything good.
You don't think I feel bad enough already? I know I'm messed up. You're supposed to teach me how not to be.
You know how.
The work that you put in every single day, the mindset that you cultivate every single day, the spirit that you cultivate every single day, the work ethic, the dedication, and commitment, that's you, right? That's your essence, that's your ethos, that's who you are.
Stop waiting for life to be easy. Stop hoping for somebody to save you. You don't need another person lying to you. Things don't all add up, but you're resilient. Face some hard facts and you could have an incredible life.
I believe it with every ounce of the word when I tell a cat, my arm and my hand paralyzed, my heart isn't. It isn't. Like my arm and my hand is paralyzed, my mentality, it isn't. My dedication, my commitment level isn't.
The moment you accept the fact that nobody cares, do your thing, nobody cares. And then you start to go down that path, you will just get better and better and better. Then you sprinkle on that patience I was talking about, you just keep going. You keep going. And eventually like that persistence will just smash into like opportunity. What is it? Preparation will smash into opportunity. Persistence will smash into opportunity. And like your moment of explosion, your detonation will happen.
What comes first, belief or action? Do you need to believe that you can do a thing before you can do it? Fake it until you make it is one option, but incredibly hard if you're introspective and have low self-belief and high standards. So what about make it until you believe it? You can believe you're not worthy of a thing and still attain it. You can be adamant that your efforts are going to go badly and still succeed. You can grip and grasp and fear and it ruin the enjoyment and be totally unwarranted and things still go well.
In most cases, when people are really successful, at least in some area of their life, they're not just lucky, but they're consistent. They're consistent over time. And I tell our team all the time that successful people do consistently what other people do occasionally.
You can have no self-belief and show up anyway. You can want more for yourself without knowing exactly what that looks like.
In some area of life, there's consistency, there's persistence, there's patience, because successful people tend to do consistently what other people do occasionally.
I'm really excited about what we're doing for young men as a whole. I think it's one of the most impactful things that I can do in my life at this time. I think God gave me the tools to do it, so I'm really excited about that. What am I scared about? I think I'm just always going to be scared of not reaching whatever full potential I might have. And as long as I have that haunting voice in me, I think I'm good to go. That's probably my biggest fear, is losing that voice. Keeping that voice kindled, the more successful you get, is a skill set that I'm navigating through all the time.
Everyone does a few reps when the burn starts and they stop. No one goes the extra mile. It keeps going. Like no one's in here right now. Why? Because it's Saturday evening, everyone's going to party, no one's in here, just me. You know, no one goes the extra mile. Think about traffic jams, guys. There are no traffic jams in the last mile of the race. It's just you and your shadow. In the beginning, everybody's there. All the pretenders and the contenders.
No one wants to die. Even people who want to go to heaven don't want to die to get there. And yet, death is the destination we all share. No one has ever escaped it. And that is as it should be, because death is very likely the single best invention of life.
What if I told you that the world around you, your job, your bank account, your relationships, your circumstances, isn't happening to you, but responding to you? That it's not the result of fate, luck, or hard work alone, but the direct mirror of what you assume to be true about yourself.
It's life's change agent. It clears out the old to make way for the new. Right now, the new is you. But someday, not too long from now, you will gradually become the old and be cleared away. Sorry to be so dramatic, but it's quite true.
Once you truly understand this, reality will never look the same again. Tonight, I would have you know a simple truth. You are not waiting for success. Success is waiting for you. There is no power outside of your consciousness. All that you behold, though it appears without, it is within, in your imagination, where the seed of every future is planted. Success is not something you chase, it is something you awaken to.
Like, my view is, like, you can't control the outcome all the time, right? Like, the ball's gonna bounce the other team's way. Like, Duke caught the ball in his fucking helmet in 2007. That would have been the greatest team ever, and that's like one that still gets me. Yep. Because we had a great team that year, and the dude caught the ball in his helmet with one of the greatest players ever played against on his back. Sometimes it should go the other people's way. It shouldn't always go your way. So you get motivated by the losses. You stay motivated through the winning. What you can control is your process. You can control those intangibles. You can control the work ethic, the consistent discipline, your attitude, your culture, how much you care. All those things are in you. They just need to be drawn out of you.
Compare yourself to who you were yesterday, not to who someone else is today.
Yes.
Because you need to have a hierarchy of improvement. You need to be aiming for something. And that means you're going to be lesser than people who've already attained along that dimension.
Yes.
And that can give rise to envy. So the question is, who should you defeat in the final analysis? And the answer is, you should defeat your former self. And you're the right control for yourself too, because you're the one who's had all your advantages and disadvantages. And so if you want to compete fairly with someone, then you should be competing with you.
And you're in the gym right now to ensure that that event goes your way. And it will never go your way, guys, if you're saying today is good enough. If you never say good enough today, I promise you tomorrow will always be enough. Whenever good enough isn't enough, you can bet tomorrow you'll have enough.
If you're improving yourself, then what you are doing is competing with your lesser self. And then you might also ask, well, what is that lesser self? And that lesser self would be resentful and bitter and aggressive and vengeance-seeking and all of those things that go along with having a negative moral character. And those are things that interfere with your ability to progress as you move forward through life. So it's very necessary to understand that this is why, I've been stressing this idea of personal responsibility. It's like, well, personal responsibility is to compete with yourself, is to be slightly better than yourself the next day.
Yes.
And better in some way that you can actually manage. And that's humility. It's right. Like, well, I'm a flawed person and I've got all my problems. Could I be as good as person X? It's like not the right question. The right question is, could you be slightly better tomorrow than your currently flawed self? And the answer to that is, if you have enough humility to set the bar properly low, then you could be better than you are today.
Like, listen to me, like, you gotta stop playing. So most of you, what happens is, when everything is favorable, you a beast. Make sure you understand what I'm saying. When everything is favorable, meaning like whatever conditions you like, when those conditions are right, you a beast. But when the conditions ain't right, you get smacked in the face. You gotta grow up. You gotta be a morning person, afternoon person, night person. You gotta be at home person, on the road person. You gotta be when you feel good person, when you sick person, when you tired person.
I said, you only feel you got there if you stop there. If you keep going to the next level, you suck at the next level. You're not doing anything at the next level. Every time, people that tell you, oh my gosh, you're so amazing. You're so this, you're so great. Wow, Patrick. Wow, Johnny. Wow, Steve. Wow, Bobby. Boom. You believe it, but you're not there yet because you haven't reached your capacity yet.
Dreams without goals are just dreams.
Come on.
And ultimately, they fuel disappointment.
Exactly.
On the road To achieving your dreams, you must apply discipline, but more importantly, consistency. Because without commitment, you'll never start, but without consistency, you'll never finish.
It's not about the events. It's not about intensity. It's about consistency. You go to the dentist twice a year, your teeth will fall out. You have to brush your teeth every day for 2 minutes. What does brushing your teeth twice a day for 2 minutes do? Nothing, unless you do it every day, twice a day for 2 minutes. Right? It's the consistency.
Bro, this is not that fucking hard. It's just hard to do. There is no secret. There is no quick fix. There is no hack. There is no path of least resistance. The quickest way for you to go from where the fuck you are to where you want to be is that shit you're trying to avoid doing. And not only is it the fastest way, it's the only way in most cases to get where you're trying to go. I must work hard. I must have failures so I develop skills, and I must not quit so I can continue to push forward as other people fall off the game.
Going to the gym for 9 hours does not get you into shape. Working out every day for 20 minutes gets you into shape. So the problem is we treat leadership with intensity. We have a 2-day offsite, we invite a bunch of speakers, we give everybody a certificate. You're a leader. Those things are like going to the dentist. They're very important, they're good for reminding us or getting us back on track, learning new lessons, but it's the daily practice of all the monotonous, little, boring things like brushing your teeth that matter the most.
I had to stop thinking normal. I had to stop thinking normal. I can no longer be a common man walking around doing common things. But no one taught me this stuff. It wasn't like paid a trainer to come train me. Jenny Craig didn't come down and miracle my ass. None of this happened. It was on me. And that's the thing you have to realize. Everything you do, you may have some support, you may not, but it's on you. You have to make the decision whether you want to be a badass or whether you just want to be mediocre and everything's okay.
And the significance of the consistency of doing something over and over and over in a moment that it's a controlled environment. It doesn't look to be as if it's something significant because you're doing it and it's not an opponent. You're doing it and you're envisioning it. You're doing it consistent and there's nobody there.
I didn't want to just be a bodybuilding champion. I wanted to be the best bodybuilder of all times. Dig deep down and ask yourselves, who do you want to be? Not what, but who.
You can't change anything, Adrian. All we can do is just go with what we are.
You can't win!
No, maybe I can't win. Maybe the only thing I can do is just take everything he's got. But the baby, he's gonna have to kill me.
You have to think outside the box. That's what I believe. After all, what is the point of being on this earth if all you want to do is be liked by everyone and avoid trouble? We have so many rules in life about everything. I say break the rules, not the law, but break the rules.
The people who are obsessed are the ones who change the world, at least change their world. And I think that, so a very close friend of mine did all the Olympic teams, nutrition and supplementation stuff for a country overseas. He said, you know the difference between champions and everyone else? And I was like, what? He said, everyone always looks at them and says, what do champions have that I don't have? They have it backwards. He said, it's what do champions not have that I have? It's what do they lack? And it's an off button. They just don't stop.
The thing is with me is I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a shit what anybody says or what anybody thinks. I have this mindset. I know exactly who the fuck I am. I have my circle of people that I hang around with who know me and know what I'm about. Anybody else who doesn't like it or doesn't want it, bad.
If you're too scared to show up and you sit back at home, wondering what if and everything else, no one in hell is going to call you an opportunity because you weren't present. The winners always show up. They're willing to lose in order to gain. Big mental thing there, guys. This body, as great as you are, as sharp as you make the arsenal, it can't do anything if you don't have confidence in yourself. We all fall down in life. The question is, who gets back up?
If you are consistent and you have none of the other attributes, he's like, you still might be successful. He's like, it's very tough for people who are consistent to not be successful. I mean, I used to deal with this with, people on their diets all the time. I remember I ran gyms. Someone would come in and I would always ask the question, so have you been following the meal plan? And then they would say, yes. And so then I started changing the way I asked the question. So I'd say, out of the 21 meals that you were supposed to eat, how many of the 21 did you have exactly the way it was on the meal plan? And then they would be like, oh, I mean, at least half. And they would say it as though that was a mark of success.
You go after and you give it all you have. If you lose, at least you tried, man. I failed. It's 10 times more of a man than someone said, what if? Because what if never went to the arena. When you guys find a fear, that fear will either create you or destroy you. I love fear. And the reason why, behind every fear is a person you want to be. Fear is self-imposed, meaning it doesn't exist. You create it, you can destroy it too. It's an intangible.
I want to be the standard. I want to be that guy. Like every place I went in the military, there was this ethos about how this place is, how we're going to live, how we're going to represent ourselves. And I walked around and I saw that most people didn't live up to that ethos.
The way you're going to separate yourself from everybody else is not to do what everybody else is doing. You have to find difficult and you have to master difficult, because when you master difficult, you separate yourself from everybody else.
You're going to get more of the same. You're going to get laughed at more. You're going to be ashamed more. You're going to be frustrated more. And you're going to really regret at the end of your life that you put off taking responsibility for yourself and building yourself into what could be.
I'm going to keep showing up. I'm not going to quit. I don't care what happens. If I don't quit, I can't fail, okay? If I don't quit, I can't fail. If I don't quit, I can't fail. Okay, repeat after me. If I don't quit, I can't fail.
And when we look around at the world, and we look at all the problems, and we look at all the chaos, we have to take responsibility for ourselves for creating it. You're not living the best life that you want to live. You're not the person you want to be. You're not the person that 8-year-old you wanted to be. And I bet you're not even taking steps to become that person, are you? And that's what's wrong with the world. We have a bunch of people that want to point fingers and defer responsibility off to anything and everything except the one thing that can change their entire lives. And that's looking in the fucking mirror and saying, fuck you, man. You did this to me, you made me this way, and I'm gonna fix it.
So you got to drop this failure thing out of your language. Failure's, it's a bullshit code for you quit. Don't be a quitter. If you quit, you will fail. And the reality is you didn't fail, you quit. So quit talking about the failure thing. You got to quit quitting. You need to quit the stuff that's no good for you. And you need to start the stuff that is good for you.
Those days when I'm tired or worn out or just basically sick of the grind, what do I do on those days? I go anyways. I get it done, even if I'm just going through the motions. I go through the motions. I don't really want to work out. I work out. I really don't want to hammer on a project. I hammer on the project.
Your biggest enemy, the most important conversation you will ever have in your fucking life is the one you have with yourself. You wake up with it, you walk around with it, you go to bed with it. Eventually, you're going to act on it. It is about you. It's strictly about you finding who you are. So many people die, live 100 years, never fucking know who they are. Never know who they are. You have to look in that mirror and know there's so much more in here, man. I can literally right now be a 300-pound guy spraying for cockroaches still to this day. If I did not look in that mirror and say, this can't be it, and then willing to go into it and give all I have to find it. That's what all that's about.
We all have emotional homes, habits of where we go. Some people will be angry no matter what happens in their life. They'll be offended. Some people will be worried no matter what they do. Some people are going to be playful no matter what you do. If you got 3 beautiful children, a beautiful husband or wife who totally adore you, but you worry all the time, your life doesn't have love. It's full of worry.
You never get better if you're not willing to put in the time. And basketball is very similar to the game of life. There's going to be ups and downs. Sometimes you may turn the ball over 7 times in a row. But if you put in the work and you constantly put in the work, you can't allow that one mistake to go into the next play. If you allow 7 turnovers to go into my next possession with the basketball or that next possession in life, if you allow that divorce or if you allow that passing away of somebody or that loss of a career to go into the next 8 plays, you'll have another 8 turnovers.
Most of us have been taught to run our minds, especially in business, but what runs business and what runs your life is your emotions. And those emotions are habitual. You have habitual emotions you go to more often than any other. And it'd be useful to discover what they are, because when you do, you can change them. Because you can have the pattern of being pissed off, frustrated, overwhelmed, or the pattern of passionate or grateful or excited. Any of those patterns can shift.
The reason I know so much about winning is because I've had to deal with so much losing. Everybody wants to win. But in order to know how to win, you gotta know how to lose. Because you're gonna lose more than you're gonna win. But every time you lose, what do you gain from it? So every time I've lost, people say you gotta jump right back up. After you lose, or when you get knocked down, stay down there for a minute. Understand why you lost. What were the reasons? Why are you down here? Why did you lose? Because if you just jump right back up, you're gonna lose again and again, and you continue to lose the same way.
Give it all you have, you're gonna get max potential back. And then who knows what can come. That's the beautiful thing. If you don't show up, guys, you know the outcome. You'll never get the job, never get the part, never get the girl if you don't show up. If you show up, you put yourself in a situation to create those opportunities. And when you show up, how hard do you go? That's the faster that opportunity will come to life for you. It's up to you guys. But I applaud you for being here. I applaud you for watching this, encouraging you to incorporate this in your workout. You'll see the gains like I did, and you'll fall in love with it. Even though it's tiring and exhausting, and you're sweating your ass off, and you're tired as can be, small down payment that you're willing to pay every day to the large investment of a greater life. You only got one life, guys. Again, if you work it right, you only need one.
You want to improve, you want to get better, you want to get on a workout program or a clean diet, you want to start a business. Where do you start? You start right here. And when do you start? You start right now. You initiate the action aggressively and you go. The idea isn't going to execute itself. The book isn't going to write itself. And the weights out in the gym, they're not going to move themselves. You have to do it, and you have to do it now.
Every single day, you don't have to always be your best, but just bring me your best. People don't burn out and quit because of what they do. People burn out and quit because life makes them forget why they do it. The greatest trick that life plays on us all is when we aspire to do something, when we say we're going to do something, goals, dreams, aspirations, when we attack things, when we want to do things for our family. The greatest trick that life plays on us, once we put it out in the atmosphere, life hits us with a level of adversity, uncertainty, COVID, pandemic, and step back and say, let me see if you remember your mother now.
Because the harder that you try, the easier it gets. And so it's like, if you can just learn to love what trying hard feels like, then all of a sudden it becomes unreasonable that you can't win. So like, if you were to say, what would it take for somebody to be unreasonably good, that it would be impossible for them to not be a top 1% salesman or a top 1% content creator, and you said, what would that person need to do? Irrelevant from outcome, what would be the actions or evidence that they would have to do prior to that thing that would make it unreasonable that they couldn't succeed?
Only thing I'm asking you to do is, if you got to step back, regroup, wipe your eyes, wipe your face, shake it off, say a prayer, step back, then step back up and say, I'll never forget why I do what I do.
And then you do those things. What happens is you realize that it's actually not that hard because you put so much work into it, and the bar from other people working is so embarrassingly low that they then ask you how you did it, and it must be easy.
Consistency doesn't guarantee that you'll be successful, but not being consistent will guarantee that you won't reach success. Instead of spending time getting in the mood to work, just start working, confront the work. People think they need perfect conditions to start, when in reality, starting is the perfect condition.
But as you well know, sometimes one must break the rules in order to serve the greater good.
Mordo won't see it that way.
Mordo's soul is rigid and unmovable, forged by the fires of his youth. He needs your flexibility, just as you need his strength. Only together do you stand a chance of stopping Dormammu.
I'm not ready.
No one ever is. We don't get to choose our time. Death is what gives life meaning. To know your days are numbered. Your time is short.
How many times are you going to be able to hear, like, dude, why aren't you drinking, bro? What the fuck? Why aren't you drink? How many times do you want to really be around an environment while your buddies are telling that to you? Now, I'm not saying everybody's like that, but for the most part, you know, let's say you're a badass lifter or even just a fucking athlete, you know, if your actual physical performance is something you're trying to maximize, be it for like, you know, athleticism, lifting, or even just general fucking, you know, kind of health in a way. You know, I'm no health in that, but I know that taxing my internal organs with fucking, you know, nights out is not going to be cohesive with any fucking gains whatsoever.
Most people go inside and light a fire, put a sweater on. We're going to be outside lighting a fire in our ass. That internal drive is going to warm us up. I'll get into that more in a second. But if you look at these winter months, guys, and you take the nature of animals, what do? Most of them hibernate all winter, right? For
far too often, a lot of humans do that too. Meaning they let their diet go because they're wearing all these baggy and layer clothes. You know, it's Christmas time or holiday festives, and they're having the fucking cookie. It doesn't matter because the beach season's never gonna come, right? Like the time stopped. All we have in life, guys, the only resource that's depreciating every single day is time.
So one form is minimal, and that's someone that's like basically walking wounded, minor injuries. You're not gonna worry about them. The next category is delayed, which means they're seriously injured, but they don't have any life-threatening injuries. Artery didn't get hit, they're bleeding but not too bad, they're gonna be okay. And then comes immediate, which is someone that needs urgent treatment right now, and if they get that urgent treatment, they're likely to survive. And finally, expectant, which means they are likely to die. The kind of care that they're gonna get, an expectant patient, is basically like comfort. And then we're gonna move on to someone that we think we can save.
It's possible for you to live your dream. It's necessary that you associate with winners, that you work your system, that you are relentless, that you never give up. It's you. You've got to take personal responsibility. You've got to make it your personal business to make it happen. And you've got to resolve within yourself that I can do this, that it's hard, but you've got to say, I'm the one. I'm the one to make this happen. I'm the one to become successful in this business.
If I can instill one piece of advice into all human beings, it would simply be to believe in yourself without a doubt. Believe in yourself and don't rely on anybody to believe in you. Don't rely on anybody to push you or make you better. Believe in yourself and only yourself, and allow that human being to make you a better person. I truly wish I had the ability to go back to that training with the mind I have now, but we never had that ability to go back in time we learn so much as we get older, which is a sad thing. I wish I had that knowledge when I was younger.
They might not have been practicing like, now you get it, you running out of time. You never know when your opportunity is that opportunity. It may not be 2 years from now. It may not be 3 years from now. It may not be 4 years from now. Your opportunity might come in the next 6 weeks. Your opportunity to get your mama out of that neighborhood and get your mama into a new neighborhood, listen to me, that opportunity might come in the next 6 months. And the question is, listen to me, the question is, will you be ready when that opportunity comes? So you're running out of time. You don't know how much time you have. You keep telling yourself you got time and watch what happens. Being average is dangerous. Being average is hazardous.
But at the end of the day, even if you come up short, even if you don't become exactly what it is you want to become, you will have created so much good in this world that you will not have regrets when you die.
You know, you had these big goals and the race is coming up and everything else, and in your head you're gonna win and everything else, but as soon as you start to run and you start to hit that wall, all of a sudden you lose the will because the pain is so much. You know, it's a pride versus pain threshold. Pride's forever, pain's temporary. Only if you push past the pain to get to the pride. We start to find out how bad you want it. That's again the pre-study, to understand why you're doing it, not because of sex appeal or this guy did that. Understand why you're doing it.
The choice is yours. The choice is stay how you are, keep pointing the finger, keep blaming everybody, and we'll continue to be this shitty version of society that doesn't take responsibility for anything and defers responsibility to all these people that want us sick and fat and lazy and dependent on them. Or you could say, I am done with this. Today is the day. Today is the day that I will look back 10 years from now and say, that was the day that everything changed.
Therefore, you know what to do. Therefore, you know when it starts to hurt, it's not like you didn't know it was coming. You welcome that because this hurt is letting you know you're fixing something that's insufficient in your life, making it stronger, giving value to the end goal result that you want. So when you feel the pain, you're willing to keep going because you've done the research on why that pain should be. And when you feel it, you're like, now I'm in it, man. Now I'm actually getting better than I was earlier today. So it excites you instead of most people saying, hey, throw the towel in. It's gotta be that way, guys. The pre-study, understanding that kind of stuff.
The amount of pleasure that you will eventually experience is directly related, to how much pain you experience. And even better, is a good life is a progressive expansion of the things that bring you pleasure and includes pleasure through motivation and hard work. And understanding this pain-pleasure balance, whereby if you experience pain and you can continue to be in that friction and exert effort, the rewards are that much greater when they arrive.
If you're frustrated, it shows your body and your mind is telling you that you can actually overcome something. And the moment you're feeling frustration is actually a turning point, a good moment. Relate that to yourself. Don't read about Cesar Rodriguez and think blah, blah, blah. Relate that to your own experience when you felt frustration and you either gave up or you pushed through it.
Accept the pain. Smile at the pain. Embrace the pain. Pain is the gatekeeper of destiny. Pain is there to ask you one simple question. Do you really want to achieve your goals, or are you just a talker? Tell your pain wherever you want to go. Pain will build the stairway to the top.
Be the guy who embraces the ugly, the miserable. Be the guy who embraces hard work, the grind. Don't be afraid of being hurt. Don't be afraid of sacrificing some blood. The whole week, I was thinking, I want to finish this fight. I'm going to finish this fight before the championship rounds. This is, I should be able to smash this guy. Goggins' message, it was for a reason, his reason. And Greg Jackson's been saying it for years, be comfortable being uncomfortable. But Goggins gave me a really good reminder, just, John, you should want this fight to be miserable. You should want this to hurt.
I want to say this to anyone who's listening. If there's anything you listen to, all the stuff that I described that was really tough, that I went through, was not as hard as me quitting my job. By far, the hardest decision of my entire life, bar none. The things that I was actually caught up with were the opinions of other people. The opinions of my father, and the opinions of the people that I went to school with who I thought would judge me for leaving this good job to probably become a failed gym owner, and how lame that would sound. Compared to consultant, going to Harvard, and blah, blah, like, I was gonna go from peak white collar to a very blue collar, profession making significantly less because I, quote, loved it. I'll say this again, but sometimes you have to let other people's dreams for your life die for yours to live.
Wonder why you're not happy, wonder why you're not fulfilled, wonder why you're not experiencing the life that you deserve to experience. When you gonna free yourself from the pain? When you gonna free yourself from settling for less? Because I want to tell you right now, you don't have to accept it. I know you know that, but I need you to feel that, understand that. You don't gotta accept it. You don't have to stay where you're just tolerated and not celebrated. You don't have to stay where you're not happy.
Everything worthwhile is uphill, and today's word is uphill. You see, every dream that you've ever had, it's all uphill. If you have a great relationship with somebody, you had to work on it. It's uphill. If you've built a wonderful business, guess what? It was uphill. If you've made the right decisions, they're not easy, are they? It's uphill. And the only way that you can go uphill is to be intentional. Nobody ever accidentally went uphill. You've never talked to a successful person and said, how did you get to the top of the mountain? And then look at you and say, I have no idea. If they're at the top of the mountain, they know how they got there because they had to have effort. It took energy. It took time.
You don't have to stay where you're not being bettered. You don't have to stay where you're suffering. You can free yourself from it. But when are you going to do it? When are you going to realize that if you don't do it, you're going to be staying with this pain forever? You're going to stay in this place of misery for the rest of your life.
You have to sacrifice. You have to sacrifice your lower self to your higher self in order for you to proceed in a healthy manner, to be resilient, but also for you to participate in the covenant that would make for a united society. So at the center of the community, you have the sacrifice, the voluntary sacrifice of self. That's the center. Around that, you have the church, you have the altar, then you have the church, then you have the town. And around the town, you have the state, and then you have the nation. And that's all resting on this spirit of voluntary self-sacrifice, right? And that's the foundation stone of the community. Jung knew that.
I was cry almost every day to miss my family, but I'm not regret because it was probably the more intense moments in my life that I lived through. So without sacrifice, we cannot win nothing. So I did an unbelievable sacrifice, my family too. And I think it was, I did a good option.